Everyone remember the Goon by 528 Customs? I have the 1.5 version here. Now includes the squonk pin, and we're going to set it up today. And there it is, with all its glory. Hey guys, we're going to build, wick, and vape the Goon version 1.5 today. Review coming on this squonker, the Leon Squonk box, soon. It vapes well, but I'll go over this in the review with you. So, let's get to it. Most of you should be fairly familiar with the Goon. They've been around a while, American-made company, 528 Customs, and this was a hit in the builders community for a long time, and still is, to be honest. Simplicity of the clamp style, without, it's not spring loaded or anything like that. It's just simple and to the point, and it does the job. It has fairly exceptional flavor, but the airflow of a cloud chaser RDA, kind of all in one. They still don't use the conical design inside that's supposed to improve flavor, but we'll see how it vapes today. And today we're going to be using some twisted coils, 22 gauge wrapped with one strand of ribbon wire, and it looks a little something like that. Should all mount at about 0.24, give or take. This is what we're going to use today. I'm going to be using this graduated coil jig tool, and we have a 3mm inner diameter. On these coils, you're going to want to help flatten out the leads, because it will help you install your coils into the Goon. About like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's very helpful. So, get it on our jig. About like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. Just something like that to where they're even. Look a little something like that. Of course, it's going to flip over on me now, but you get the point. So what I like to do is I'll get one coil ready. I'll flip the RDA upside down, figure out the way I want to put it in. Then slide my lead in. I'm going to face it to where it's going upward. And we'll have to grab our little Allen key tool, which I'm going to grab an actual Allen driver. I'm going to tighten it down a little bit. We're not done. I'm going to clip this lead and then clip them both the same length. It can look a little something like that. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It should be focusing fairly well. Alright, so snip this off. Sorry, it's hard to do on camera. Okay, now we'll do the other coil the same way. So you can hold them together about like that and snip them to where they're the same length. It's up to you. This is just how I do it, and it works for me. So position one coil in there, set it in. It's kind of a learning curve at first when you first build on a Goon, but otherwise it's not too hard. Line them up something like that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. About something like that. We're going for functional, so like I said, there's a lot of room on this Goon, a lot of room for air as far as that goes. Now I like to hold them steady. I'll start in the center one, turn it a little bit, turn this one a little bit, till they're even. Now I'm just keeping my fingers on the coils so they don't kind of budge. If I had to say anything about this RDA, I'm not a huge fan of the hex key or Allen key grub screws, but they work very well. If that's a concern of yours, they do work. Now we use our coil jig tool again, and I always line mine up flat with the posts up here, so it's parallel with the post. Again, we're not worried about what the coil looks like right now, we're just worried about getting it in there and it being even. That way we can dry burn them, glow them, prime them, and wick them. So let's put them on a mod, check the resistance, and we'll try to heat them up. So I put mine on the Callisto by Council of Vapor. Oh, 0.18. The shorter leads play a role in the coils coming out lower. They are can thaw, so nothing crazy on the wire. I'm mainly using these so it will heat up faster on the squonk box if I so choose to squonk it on there, which I should have replaced the pin in this before I built it, but you can do it after it's built, just to throw that out there. So let's, what are we at, 62 watts? It's a little high, but let's go down to 50. And just pulse them, see how it has a hot spot there. We'll get ceramic tweezers. This is mostly for the new vapors out there that are learning how to build, but you want to kind of squeeze them together. Make sure you are using ceramic tweezers so you're not getting sparks, and shorten them out. I press them together just a little bit and hold them. Strum. The strumming works on any coil, but particularly well on Clapton's, Aliens, anything with a wrap over it. Now I do pull my coil out a little bit. I like it closer to the airflow. I feel like I get better flavor that way, but you can do whatever works for you. Everybody's different, everybody has a different opinion. And vaping, you can definitely figure out what works for you by trial and error. So there we go. It's going to be a little bit cooler of a vape on a squonker, single 18650 mechanical, but This wire is a little thick. Let's pump it up to 62. Okay. It likes 50 and 62 apparently. And we're glowing. Space it out a little bit. That's what I like to do to these style coils. This one's a little warped looking. It's weird. Otherwise, sorry, I'm off camera here. So that's about what you want to do. It's not pretty. Now I know what the other reviewers are talking about when they say it's a lot harder to build on camera. And they weren't lying. Otherwise, that's pretty well done. So let's wick it. And that's the end result before wicking it. Now you do generally want to prime them. So put a little juice on it. I'll glow them up. Let it start to cool off. And a little berry. Alright, let's grab our cotton. Cotton bacon version 2.0. That's what we'll be using today. Alright, now how do we stuff that in there? Just kidding. I get about this much. And then we're going to roll it up. Not tight, but just enough to where all the cotton is stranded together, kind of like so. Twist up one end, about like that, and it shouldn't pull your coil. If it pulls your coil, then it's too much cotton, because it'll choke it out whenever you're vaping. So we're going to go with that. I'm actually going to pull some of this out. If you do put too much, it's not the end of the world. Just kind of pull it through easy, back and forth a couple times. I always clip it at the bottom of the RDA, so about like that. Spin it around and repeat, as I do with any coils I ever do. I comb out my cotton just enough to thin it. After you've thinned it all out, I just take my scissors and cut straight across. Make sure it's fairly even. About like that. Then we'll take this tool and pack it down. And actually, with the deck being so shallow, that's basically too much cotton at this point. I'll just thin it out a bit. So we know on this side we're going to pull it in. It's a shallow deck. I think that could help with flavor though. Okay. Easy to wick. I don't want to make it look more difficult than it is, because it's one of the easiest decks to wick. Till I start fiddling with it. What's funny, this is my old Goon deck, the Goon version 1. I think that's possible that this may have been a clone of some type, but I'm not 100% sure if they made it with these gold blocks in here. Comment down below if this one is a clone, or if you own one and like it. So, I rebuilt the Goon. I built it in the beginning part of this video. I'll stand out of the way so you guys can enjoy the tank. I'm not here to talk about that, but I'm vaping on the Goon 1.5 that we built. I put the squonk pin in it and squonked it. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the Goon squonking. I love it old school, just rocking out clouds and having, like I said, exceptional flavor earlier in this video. And it does, it always does. I never disapprove of a Goon. So my take on it, the Goon was not designed for a squonk pin. There's a lot more RDAs out there now that have specified design features for squonking, and I would rather use something like that, even if it has a smaller build deck or is a little fidgety, because I like to fiddle with things anyways. So learning that for that learning curve is fine. It is what it is. But the Goon vapes well. There you have it. Even with the small build that we put in it, it does a great job. Sorry about the costume change and all that. Had to finish this ending in another room because we have people over. But I wanted to get this out there to you. Vaping on Ends Game, again, the pink by Ends Game. Vaping at about 115 watts, give or take, and it vapes great. That's all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the tank a little bit. I'll get a little bit up close for you. This is our planted tank in our bedroom. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you own a Goon, awesome. Leave me a comment down below. What kind of builds do you like to run in yours? Otherwise, I look forward to seeing your faces next time. And until we meet again, later.